How's it going, Kingston? Welcome back to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. Today we have a 4v4 Spaniard course. Actually one that I played in, yours truly. So I was kind of waiting a little for this one to kind of settle, and quite honestly, I've forgotten a lot of what happened, and I was way over here. So this whole fight that happens over here, not really something I knew a lot about. What is happening here? Okay, so there's some guerrilla deployment, obviously, with the Spanish. But as you can see, we have I am playing as a 9-point Suchet. You have a 7-point Victor and a 9-point Salt, and in the right side you have Dorcine 6-pointer. Now we're going up against a UK, I believe. I'm trying to remember if they had Chorus as well. They're Cav actually fighting. Yep, we have some Cav charging in here against some rebels. Ooh, nice charge by the Dragoons here, starting this battle off with the first action. More of the rebels trying to get themselves away, or guerrillas, I guess, not rebels, guerrillas trying to run away here, as these French Dragoons are going to run down as many of them as possible. Like I was saying before, I can't remember if the coalition had the cores or if they had customs. Let's see, if they have Wellington, then it is cores. Yeah, this is a 13-point Wellington. Look at him, Wellington on the field here today. Yeah, he looks pretty happy, actually. He hasn't had Waterloo yet, he's pretty happy. The stress is not there. Now we do have some cavalry now charging in against the French Dragoons. I wouldn't say this is the most advisable strategy for the UK, just because there's so much infantry just marching up here. Actually, all the infantry marching up here. What a shot. We got the just line upon line, row upon row of French infantry just ready to wreak their vengeance on the French, or on the Spanish. Man, I'm going to be screwing up my factions today, I can tell already. So the plan was for me to roll up. I was going to take the left flank here, either take this road and consolidate in the town, or push up and attack here. I don't have a whole lot of cav, and I'm using it to defend myself because the Spanish did have guerrillas, and I have a lot of artillery. I have 12-pounders, which I don't want to die. Obviously my units as well. It's gonna take me a while to get up to the battle, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. The plan was for Sult to meet the UK and hopefully have a forest fight, at least somewhat, to where the French are defended by the trees. I mean, you have the tree line held. The UK are gonna have a tough time taking it, and as you can see already, and he actually has a good amount of Portuguese in his army, but he does have some of the UK forces. He has some heavy horse. But yeah, they're gonna be pushing forward here. They have skirmishers already set up, getting some shots off the grasshoppers. An exchange of musket fire, or rifle musket fire. I think it's muskets, actually. But the strategy was for the 9-pointer to hold off a 13-pointer, which is what the UK are, and then we would push up. What do we got here? I think we have 2 UK armies. Now I'm not remembering here.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
We have another French army here, or not French army, gosh, Spanish army here, another one here, and I'm not sure where the other general is. Unless he was a guerrilla deployment general, or just a guerrilla deployment. I feel like there's 2 UKs here, to be honest. But I'm not really finding the other general here, which is kind of weird. Oh no, here he is. Okay, so it was 2 UK. 2 UKs. I don't know why the general's way over here, but yeah. So obviously they have this side locked down. They have artillery set up. You see France has taken the hill, put up their artillery. This is going to be probably a more defensive battle at some point. And these are 12 pounders and 8 pounders, so they're gonna have an excellent range here. France still fighting here. Soult is taking on just one army thus far as the skirmishers set up. It does look like, I think that's Portuguese. Well, I think it's actually Spanish. These are Spanish troops here, not Portuguese. So there's a mixture of Portuguese, Spanish, and UK forces all in this one 13-pointer. I don't remember what the other UK pointer was. I think it's like a 6-pointer. I think that's what they can bring. So, and then of course they have one guerrilla deployment army. Yeah, you can get some nice volleys here on both sides, but I think the French may handle this a little better just because they are in the tree line. As long as they can stay still long enough to get volleys in, not keep adjusting, something that I actually struggle with doing. I always want to readjust my lines. And they are shooting. Artillery set up. Yeah, look at this. Got the shady spots. We do have, I do believe, yeah, so French are going to roll in here. They're going to have to take this LOC. Sending in the Guard, Trilliers. These poor guerrilla units are not even going to know what hit them. It's just a matter of numbers. But I'm still rolling through, trying to keep my units safe. Almost there. As this fight is in full tilt. And we have a nice reserve army just waiting. Just sitting and waiting. We have artillery, so if the French do have to fall back, you have an ally who's going to be able to hold off, or at least give some supporting fire up until it happens, I guess, and up until they can retreat. The UK are not, I don't think, taking the smartest fight at this point. They've been fighting in the open ground quite a bit. I would have tried flanking around or pulling back, or having Spain actually push a little bit here. They are actually getting chewed up. We did take that LOC from those guerrillas. But it's crazy. We have almost 2 coalition armies if Spain does engage. Where's the cat though? It's kind of hard to see what's going on in the forest. But the UK seem to be relocating themselves. They're still under fire though, even as they're falling back.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
What? Oh my goodness. Well, that's unfortunate. That is hugely unfortunate. Spain looks like they're really starting to cluster around this one side, so France, they are actually deploying up more troops. He was not going to lose this nice position at this point in time. But you can see I'm just trying to keep the cab away here. Spain keeps hovering, which is causing me to have to like take a little slower, safer approach, as it were. This artillery is still firing. Where's it even firing at? Some more troops. Nice chunky Spanish forces here. I think we do have some reinforcements pushing up on the corner here. You can see some UK forces pushing down the road. Artillery set up, so France is going to have a problem. That is going to be a flanking problem here. They do have some reserves set up just in case, but they probably going to need to start thinking about retreating at a certain point. The inevitability of the flank when you have a whole faction on your right. Okay, here we go. We got an advance to cover Soult's flank. Victor is now going to advance with the entirety of his army. Going going straight in at the Spanish, and that means that I'm going to need to defend his flank. And I believe that's what I start to do. I just start to march across the open fields here, and it's okay. Well, this is like what, a mile at least, with that clump of houses and the trees behind it. That's going to be my goal. It has to be my goal. You do see more and more cav just trying to get my troops out. Do I actually have the sound correctly? Sorry, I have to fix this real fast. There we go. I think they were trying to go for a quick hitter here, trying to go for my general or the artillery. Thankfully, I have some chasseurs cheval that will smack them up, and they got a little too close here. It's weird, the sound is being all sorts of interesting. But yeah, Solt is getting pressured. He has his right flank really getting pushed. Obviously a problem. He's gonna probably have to fall back here. That is major problems here. A whole army descending on your flank. You got to get yourself out of there. So they're probably gonna start. Solt's probably gonna start falling back. The UK actually pushing into the tree line now, as France is falling back. So while our right flank is getting pressured now by 2 UK armies, we are starting to press the attack here. And Solt is falling back. Artillery is set up though, guys. Look at this. This has got to be one of the best artillery positions, you know. It's gonna have perfect coverage. There we go. We're getting some volleys back in return. UK are pushing across here. They've gotten into this part of the forest as well. But here goes Victor pushing in. I am going to be a little bit farther behind, unfortunately, but you can still see some damage inflicted by the French. Now they are set up. Spain has been waiting. And they have tons of skirmishers as well as line infantry. Actually, France is going to get some volleys off in return pretty quickly here. Spain does have artillery in the town, and they do have this LOC, which is kind of the back or the far right flank is this LOC. So they're ranging along here now all the way to the other side of the tree line. Solt still holding. He has some of these light infantry, the chasseurs. We still have a 6-pointer too. We have the guard, which you can see Dorcine is pushing up all of his guard. Oh, we have artillery getting charged by some UK cav. And surprisingly, the artillery, well, maybe it won't get away. I actually can't tell because Spain is... Oh, what is happening? Ooh, can the skirmishers save? Oh, that's unfortunate. It does look like the coalition managed to get some artillery crews, and there's nothing you can really do about that. Now, hopefully they will come back.
Sir, our general is under attack.
I'm going to keep pushing. My artillery is now going to get all spread out. I'm trying to rush up to save with my ally because he is taking a full-on engagement, and look at this. There's a push. Solt in full retreat here. Pushing back all of his lines, including on this right flank as the UK are pushing very aggressively. He has a forward line that is holding, but the rest of his forces seem to be falling back. Like I said, just using the tree line to pull up the majority of his troops here. Dorcine actually is pushing over, so it may look like they're not going to totally fall back, but they may try to focus down this one UK army here. Oh my goodness, we have a French charging in with grenadiers and line infantry. And unfortunately, the coalition, man, where did that even come from? Nice cav charge here. Spain's going to pull out here, try to help out with this flank because the UK, or not the UK, the Spanish, they need a counterattack. France really went in full on, and now I have some cavalry pushing up here. We want to save this French push, because if the French can make a huge push here, which is exactly what's happening here, more and more line infantry charging into melee. And I'm actually going to send in my dragoons here. I was hoping they can't form squares so that I could get, you know, an attack in here, but they do. Still, though, I still am gonna help out this. The decreased firepower from a square is going to help, and the rest of my forces are gonna start marching as quickly as possible to save this right flank. France is really getting pushed hard now, as Spain is counterattacking it, but France has made some really good pushes and gains here. More cavalry, though, gonna probably charge in. This artillery looks to be in a little bit of danger here. Soult's totally fallen back, and in fact, oh my, maybe Soult shouldn't have fallen back, because now Victor is getting outflanked here, outshot by the UK. Oh my goodness, another charge. The French using the guard to go in on the UK. Not looking too good, though. Things are not looking too amazing at this point in time. But my lines are right here, which, with how much Victor has done, I should be able to clean this up quickly. You can see he's getting a melee, pushing back the Spanish. But he is getting totally blasted away. Soult actually pushing up.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Soult's pushing up to kind of help ease the flanking fire. One of the artillery crews did come back for Victor, which is a huge benefit here. However, is there cav? Yeah, there's cav, Spanish cav surrounding this area. And I'm descending on the enemy. I did send in my cav, force them into square, and now Victor is going to push up here against these squares and try to break them with my troops coming in back. And we've kind of broken them, at least a little bit. But the line still holds. Oh, we have more charging in. As the guard, Durnstein is going to keep trying to pressure this UK. If they can start turning this flank, then this whole force battle will be worth it, which you can see. Oh my goodness, hold that thought. More and more line infantry going in. We have some alliance charging. Some lights. The Portuguese are engaged with the French. France is still holding part of this tree line with the road, but they're going to have to hold out in the open here. We are now going to keep pressuring here. Spain is falling back. They have taken some heavy losses. Then again, still has 7-point victor, but both of us have taken losses here. So the fight continues. We got to take this house from a very good guard unit. That's going to be a tough one. It looks like Soult is still holding here. Unfortunately, the UK got even more reinforcements. More troops, mostly Portuguese, but they got plenty of reinforcements and are now going to push across. And so everyone's going to fall back. We definitely don't want to take this fight. I remember them saying that. There's a huge flanking force. Do not want to take that. There's high ground artillery. Might as well just, take that. I did go into the house, set in some lines. I'm constantly pushing forward here. Going in with the bayonet, give him the cold steel. Sending the 115th. and constantly pushing around the left flank here, getting away from their artillery crews and skirmishers, but constantly pushing troops around here. My ally, obviously, all my allies have now fallen back, gotten out of the river, gosh, out of the tree line here. Look at this, falling back.
Our men are running, sir.
Actually, a cool shot. And look at that. If that's not epic, I don't know what it is. But totally gonna retreat the UK in hot pursuit. Now, there is going to be some slowing down of the UK, pushing into the tree line, and we're gonna get away from the trees. We're gonna make them so that they can't use the tree line to shoot us and win. I'm still going in for fights, for bayonet charges. Apparently my brain's only working halfway. I apologize. My artillery's going to set up here, and hopefully... I should have rolled it over to this hill, in hindsight. That would have been the perfect place for it. I'm not going to be able to use it too well. The Spanish have a nice tree line. They have a lot of skirmishers. They even have cavalry left. But you see these skirms are going to start shredding up. Now, the UK have pushed out quite a bit with some of their better units. Not the Portuguese, not the Spanish, but some UK units. So I'm actually going to want to get some of them. Oh, I forgot about this. Got some fresh dragoons versus... I can't tell if this is a Portuguese unit. But the problem is I'm getting shot in the flank, which is a really good job by the oh my gosh.
Our men are running, sir.
That artillery is brutal. Extremely brutal. But yeah, we got the French now going in, closing in for melee here against the Black Watch. I think it was more of a suicidal to save the rest of the French army. I'm still pushing forward here, trying to maybe turn the flank as Spain has set up, ready to hold this grove. They have plenty to do it with. So this battle's not over. Both sides have taken some heavy losses, but both sides still have plenty of forces. We have the UK flanking Dornstein. What is it? Dornstein. That's what it is. Dornstein. I don't know why I kept saying Dornstein. Dornstein is going to take this right flank. He can always fall back a little bit more, use these walls to kind of defend the right flank. Soult in the center with Victor on the left flank and me on the far left in my own little battle here. The artillery is getting ready to fire. I'm going to hopefully start trying to drive back the UK. It's pretty far away, and there's a hill in the way. But this house fight is still raging, guys. This was unreal how many French troops and Spanish troops
We've taken a building, sir.
it took basically everything. Now, I do have a charge. I'm going in against the Spanish, using some Polish lines, Polish squares here, and we're gonna just keep trying to pressure them using this road as they're going to send in a bayonet charge here. That's a beautiful bayonet charge, but we're gonna send in ours. Cav though going in at the same time. I'm gonna need some reinforcements here. And we break them just because of the mass rout here. More lines charging in. The Polish, are they going to get their charge off before they get volleyed? Oh, beautiful. So now we have a opportunity here to keep pushing the flank. Oh, did I send in two? Oh, I was pulling one from out. Okay. That's not good on my part. Shouldn't be sending that many troops against one. I think I was trying to charge this, but I realized they were still in melee. There's nothing you can do about that. And two, I guess, is okay to charge into, but you gotta be careful. See, my artillery is going to get totally toasted. They were just waiting, unfortunately. But yeah, it gets become very, very difficult.
All men are running, sir.
To, well, what am I trying to say here? I formed a square here. What I'm saying is you gotta be careful with blobbing, and I'm not above the law just because I'm a YouTuber. 2-on-1, some people call that blobbing. I don't. If it's 3-on-1, then I have a problem with it. But yeah, always be cautious when charging more than one unit. I should have been more cautious with how I used that melee. But I'm now gonna go in and hopefully go and get their artillery crew. I don't know what's happening here. At the same time, I did push out quite a bit. You have a grenadier unit that's constantly pressing forward here. Look at these guys. These guys actually did an amazing job. They went mailing all through the tree line. They were very tired, but they did a beautiful job. And now I am holding the crossroads. I hold the LOC. I hold the crossroads. Spain is still here. And unfortunately, these grenadiers, brave grenadiers, are going to die to a cav charge. And there's nothing you can really say about it. You know, like, it is what it is. Over here, you can see the UK really pressuring the French.
Our men are running.
French even falling back. Dorcine falling back to the walls and the houses. I'm using that to save the flank. But this is going to be a problem. The French are going to get outshot here. We have artillery support. We have some guns still here. I still hold kind of this crossroads, and now I can start pushing at an angle against the UK. Oh, but, I mean, yeah, Solt is getting shredded up. Look at this poor skirm unit. Trying their best to stay the course, but man, there's so few of them now. 17 of them. They're actually chopping down this unit pretty quickly. But yeah, we're just trying to make sure we don't get annihilated by a whole UK. And Dorcine is now pushing out, so we may actually have a counterattack on the far right flank. The nice thing is we have our reserves kind of sitting behind the hill. This is a good position. Victor is consolidating. I am actually pulling back here. Just so we can keep the UK from pushing the flank, but also the remainder of this Spanish army is still going to be a pain. So we got to still figure out a way to deal with them. I still have some chasseurs cheval. Yeah, we're still pushing on the flank, but, you know, I can still try to deal with the skirmishers. We do have a cav charge here. Going against the grasshoppers. And potentially some artillery. And that's going to actually probably save a ton here. Oh, no way they're getting away. There's no way they're getting away. Yeah. I was hoping maybe they could run and get the guns, but they got caught out. And here comes the UK, along with some cav here. They're going to go straight for these guns. Oh, the canister into the cav. And let's see if they can save the artillery piece. We do have some cav pushing out as well. Here we go. The guards pushing up, forcing the UK to string themselves along a little bit more.
Our men are running.
Nice cav charge by the dragoons. I sent my cav to go for their skirms. I got one of them. And I think I'm going to call it quits here, pull back. I didn't do a whole lot this battle, guys. I did barely anything. In fact, I took some heavy losses. I'm more interested in what happened in the center here, where we got the French countercharging down the hill, smacking into the Portuguese and UK forces. And they're going to countercharge this 28th Light. They start to turn themselves around. It's just up to the guard to do their thing. Oh, some French cav in the back lines. Beautifully done. Throwing in the cab, getting him in the rear, and then charging forward with the Trilliers. Now there's some UK cab that is going to charge in, probably break a couple units. But this right flank just folded. And now with the counterattack in the center, it's probably going to be over. UK line still trying to hold strong. I feel like they were pushing really well here. If they had consolidated over on this side with Spain and near the beginning, maybe it would have worked a little bit better. Maybe. They kind of seemed to split up their attack into a three-pronged attack. 3 different armies kind of going in, plus they had a guerrilla army. So they're a guerrilla army that didn't have like standard Spanish troops. That's going to be a tough one too. I mean, you don't have the nice lines. Cab just coordinating with the line infantry is constantly being a pain. Where are these dragoons going? Ooh, they formed a square, so UK is on their toes for this one. Like I said, I fell back to the house. There's no point. I think I have some skirmishers and lines just in case the Spanish try counterattacking here. Bloody fight, guys, at least for me. I mean, actually, yeah, the French took some losses here too. It's definitely not just a one-sided affair until the end, at least. Yeah, the UK getting charged constantly here. Ooh, we got some Voltigeurs now. And what remains is just a small UK force here and a small Spanish force here. I will say, for being Spain, Spain is not an easy faction to play. So, you know, I have nothing but respect for them. Given a what for, they did a very excellent job of pounding the pulp out of us for a little bit there, at least. Like I said, they got some artillery, they got some good charges with their Spanish cav. Just in the end, I think we fell back to a better position. We were able to counter-attack. The Guard was able to save themselves till the end and then push out and attack that flank. And then once they committed a little bit too much into the center to go for the guns, we were able to counter-attack, is what it looked like, and win the day. And also tying up some UK forces here on the flank. Well, that's insult to injury, killing Wellington. He was so happy. He was so happy. Yeah, if the UK had maybe consolidated all in the center here and charged in, maybe things would have gone differently. Suchet is a fun faction, by the way, to play, or a fun corps to play. I recommend anybody to try it out. Or any of them, actually. But Suchet is a nice, rounded 9-pointer. Got some cav, artillery, infantry, light, skirms, grens. You have everything. So. I think this is the only army left. Yeah, there's one UK army. is so awesome. The smoke, the haze from this one little fight. The Spanish are going to commit here. Oh, what is this? Dragoons running away. Oh, wow. What? What was this horse doing way back here? That is such a weird thing. This cav could have been used so much better over here, especially in that big old fight. If they had sent him in, they would have easily crushed that French center. That is unfortunate. I didn't realize they had some heavy horse in the back. They could have used that so well. Yeah, they just didn't commit their heavy cav when they should have in the center. When they charged that cav for the guns, they should have sent in this stuff with other infantry. It would have probably helped a ton in the actual fight. It was fun having some Polish too in my line. These guys did very well in melee and in shooting. I may have to actually fall back because I'm getting totally outflanked here. I'm getting outplayed. Oh, here we go. So the French were trying to pincer this whole army, but man, he broke. But the rest of Victor is going to push up here. It doesn't matter, we're shooting them in two sides here. We got the cav though, and guess who has a square? And the square gets formed. Oof. Still a rough one. But still, the square was formed, so, you know, ultimately in the end, it was fine. Here we go. They're closing in for melee with what's left. We get a counter charge in, and
Our men are running.
see them fighting in the background, but the French are charging them in the back at the same time. There's still a stubborn Spanish force here. Oh, I'm remembering now. So we weren't sure if they were going for LOC victory. So at this point, we tried defeating it, but we rushed to get all the LOCs. And nothing else really happens. I'm just going to skip to the end here. Because nothing happened. We just ran and stacked a bunch of LOCs. They had one LOC they were held up in. This 4-pointer way over here. Where is it? I'm lost. Okay, there we go. They held up right here, and it was this fight for the end. And it took forever. So I'm just going to skip to the very end, guys, so we can see the results of this battle. Alright, guys, so here we can look at the stats of my kills. Had that Vistula Legion, obviously, no shocker there, did amazing, 246 kills. Like I said, the two Polish line infantry did the best. No surprise there, very good quality, very large, very good quality. Got the most kills, and everything else was kind of, you know, did it right. They did it right, didn't get tons of kills, but let me pull up the results of that battle. Alright, here's the results here. As you can see, Matt Bob, he was playing as Victor. So the 7-pointer that was with me on the left flank here, he got about 1,000 losses. Oh, he was 1 kill away from 1,000 kills. And then I am, of course, 857 losses, 942 kills. Falcon, I can't remember if he was playing as Salt or as the 6-point guard, but he had 1,000 kills. And then Heinze with 1313. And then on the other side, you can see there was a guerrilla. Maggot was playing as the guerrilla faction and didn't get a lot of, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of troops to bring, which is not the greatest thing to see. You always want to be able to bring a lot of troops as Spain. He only got 313 kills. And then it was no cores, guys. It was just 2 UK, Portugal armies and a Spanish army. So one of them had 954, the other one had 1219, and the other, Le Kraken, The one I was going up against had 1023. But yeah, that's the battle, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.